I have never wanted a world to blow up as much as I've wanted this Fantastic Four world to blow up, man. Because from the recent trailer that we just saw, I am coming to a conclusion. I am on Galactus' side because this universe needs to blow up. This universe needs to be destroyed because the MCU desperately needs to show that Galactus is a force of nature and a force of danger, because Galactus, he needs to eat when he's destroying these worlds. That's how he survives. That's how he lives. So remember, we have to remember the fact that this universe is not in the main 616 MCU universe. This is an adjacent universe. So it is very necessary that the heroes need to lose this battle. The heroes need to not overcome the threat that is Galactus, man. And from the most recent Fantastic Four trailer, we got some new scenes that we haven't really seen, but we also have gotten some regurgitated and some repeated scenes that we have seen throughout the entire promotional run for this movie. And one thing that I noticed in this movie is the Thin has a beard akin to the Marvel 616 comics, when we also saw Ben Grimm, aka the Thin, get a beard as well in the comics. So I'm going to be very intrigued as to how the Thin is going to acquire a beard in this movie. Will there be a time skip, or will the Thin just magically grow a beard out of nowhere? And another thing that I noticed in this movie as well is that Johnny Storm is acting like how he is in the comics, because remember, Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, he really loves the popularity and the fame that he's getting when he got his powers during that freak accident. Johnny Storm loves being a superhero because he really likes to be a celebrity. So we see this little scene where we see this like billboard of something that is promoting Johnny Storm, and it's basically promoting him in a kind of sexualized way. Remember, Johnny Storm in the 616 comics has a lot of sexual relationships, so I like that aspect of his character in this movie. And to be honest with you, this trailer didn't really show much. It didn't really show more, and the only other thing it kind of showed is that Ben Grimm's Thin doesn't like saying it's clobbering time. I hope he eventually says it's clobbering time in this movie. Most likely they're probably going to do a little character development where Ben just only likes saying it in the TV shows, but he doesn't like saying it in real life. But then later on during the end of the movie, he now eventually says it's clobbering time. So I think that's exactly what they're going to do, but I hope that they make the Thin say his most iconic catchphrase of all time, it's clobbering time, because that's who the Thin is. But ultimately, we don't really get to see more from this trailer. It's just showing us more of the same, and it's also not really showing us Galactus himself. I actually like that they're not really showing us Galactus, because it's creating an aura. It's creating a mysterious aura around Galactus in this movie. And from the little scenes that we're seeing from his chest, his feet, his legs, and his helmet, this Galactus kind of looks like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance's Galactus. So I just wanted to do an observation on that, because I observed and I noticed that he resembles the Galactus from that game. So this movie, honestly, it's really a breath of fresh air so far from what I'm seeing in the trailers, because remember, the MCU hates the comics. They really despise the comics. So I really like that Galactus so far is comic book accurate. They introduced Herbie, they introduced Franklin Richards. Even though Silver Surfer is not Norman Rad, the Silver Surfer in this movie is most likely Shia LaBeouf, but Silver Surfer is a herald of Galactus in this movie. Galactus is not just some some giant fart cloud like how he was in the Fox Fantastic Four franchise. Their costumes scream comic book accuracy. The Thin's beard that was in the comics is in this movie. I think Mole Man is in this movie, and a lot of other comic book villains that the Fantastic Four face are going to be in this movie as well. And just looking at the tone, looking at the character designs, looking at the costume sets and the costume designs, I really do believe that the MCU is finally listening to the criticism, and they are finally realizing that, okay, the things that we are adapting, they come from somewhere. And where do these things that we are adapting coming from? Oh wow, the things that we are adapting are all coming from the comics. So I do believe that the MCU are starting to realize that they need to lean into the comic book aspect side of things when they are developing and adapting these movies. But that's my only reaction to the most recent Fantastic Four trailer. It's a kind of a nothing burger in my honest opinion, but it still looks great, it still looks good, and I'm still excited for this movie, man. What do you guys think about this trailer? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's the end of the video. I'm out. Peace.